Alright, I'm going to show you two ways of printing the documents, and one way is just virtually, so that would be making a PDF. The other way is printing to the printers down in like the office or library and things along that line. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is whenever that paper cut pops up, it's down here usually. I've already signed in, but you're going to want to sign into that using your school email account. That would be your school login plus your password for your school email. And then from there, it'll load in the printers afterwards, which is where we'll start this video. Right here is where we have block number 1. So we're going to go up here to the A. There's a print button here, or there's print right here. Either one of those works. So print or print here. And it pops up with this one right here. Right here where it says printer plotter, we're going to click that, and you're going to choose the follow me black and white or follow me color. Since there is pink outlines, I want to see that, so we're going to do follow me color on that one. We do want it to be a letter. We're going to go to properties, because right now it's 8.5 wide and 11 vertically. It needs to be opposite of that one. And if we just change the landscape and this stuff, it only changes the document and not the actual paper. So we have to go here to properties. We go to custom properties, and we change this from portrait to landscape. And let me hide this really quick. We go ahead and hit OK. We go ahead and hit OK again. Whatever this is, I'm just going to hit save changes to this one and just leave it on that and then hit OK. It's now 11 by 8.5. What we want to plot, which plots is just a fancy word for print, we're going to go to limits, because that's the edges of the paper. We're going to uncheck mark fit to paper. We could check mark fit to paper. Either one, it should be perfectly fine. We can always do display as well. Pretty much any one of these will work. We're just going to leave it on limits. We'll leave it to fit to paper. It should be fine on that one. Since they're both 1-to-1, it should print perfectly fine on that one. And we're going to hit OK. It'll send that one. You'll have to go log in to wherever you are, printer, whatever, in the library, and then print those off. Now, one thing to note is I would probably print all of these and then go print them in a big batch and not just print one and then try to walk down the library, because that's not going to work in your favor, and I'm not going to let you go every time. So make sure that you print all of them that way. You may want to print one, go check to make sure it actually worked on the printer, but then everything else you want to batch out for that one. For this, now to make it a PDF, I'm going to do the same kind of process. We're going to hit print. We're going to go right here to printer plotter, and we're going to go down to DWG, so drawing to PDF.PC3 or whatever. And that's the one that I found that has worked the best for this. We're going to leave it on display or leave it on limits for what to plot, so we're going to change it to limits. We're going to go right here where it says ANSI A, and we're going to go down to ANSI Full Bleed A. What is the difference between that and Expand A? I have no idea, or the difference between one of these. We're just going to go down to it, because that's the one that I found that works. So ANSI Full Bleed A, 11 by 8.5. So 11 is the first number, 8.5 is the second number for that one. Again, fit to paper doesn't really need to be selected. Either one of these, it should say 1-to-1 if you uncheck mark it, which it does. From there, you can go ahead and hit OK. Where do you want to save it? I'm just going to save it over this one, but you'd want to save it under a file. I'd probably save it under AutoCAD for block number 1, so you know where to find them. This is just all my test ones that I did when I was printing these ones. So if I went to, I'd go to AutoCAD, I'd go into the wood blocks folder, and then block number 1. I hit save, and it should open up, and it should go to the edges of the paper. It should be about 1/2 inch all the way around here. If you kind of roughly look at that, this is 1/2 inch. That same dimension is this right here, and then these are right on here. Now, you will have dimensions and things along the lines, but I've already tested this. I want to make sure that I make a video before I forget what I was doing. So yours will look different. You will have dimensions on here versus it just being blank. So you will want to check to make sure that you have everything on here according to what the turn-in document says or what I have told you that you need to have. But otherwise, that is all that I have for this video.